Hello, I'm Janet Morena, the Executive Director of Priests for Life. Welcome to our August online shopping at prolifeproducts.org. Well, we're halfway through the summer, and a lot of us still have a little extra time on our hands, maybe get some extra reading done. So we have a few recommendations we're going to go over with you right now. The first is a book written by Father Frank Pavone called Proclaiming the Message of Life. And in this book, Father spends the first few chapters discussing why is preaching or speaking about abortion such a difficult topic when it comes to the priests and deacons from the pulpit. But then the next part of the book, he takes all the readings for the whole liturgical season, all the Sunday readings in cycle A, B, and C, and he takes those scriptures and gives a little launching point how to weave in a pro-life message based on those Sunday readings. This is a great book to give to your priests and deacons. Some of them are on vacation right now. They have a little extra time on their hands. But also for we lay people, it's a good thing too, because you know what we can do? We can read the scripture reading and Father Frank's reflection before we go to Mass on Sunday. So we'll get a little bit of a pro-life insight into the readings even before we attend church services. So again, go to our online store at prolifeproducts.org and order Proclaiming the Message of Life. Well, another great book written by another person connected with Priests for Life is Anthony DeStefano. He's like senior vice president of our board and has been with Father Pavone and I actually since the very early days of Priests for Life. He's written many books for adults and children. So right now we're going to highlight just two of his adult books. The first is Angels All Around Us. And this is a great insight into the invisible world of the angels. So many of us think about our guardian angel or St. Michael the Archangel, but there's so many more angels out there. And so in this book, Anthony gives us kind of like a travel guide or look into this invisible world of the angels. Go to prolifeproducts.org to order Angels All Around It. And it's not that heavy of a reading. It's kind of a light, almost enjoyable. I know I love angels. I have them in my garden, all over my home. And so this is a really nice book into that spiritual world of the angels. So go to prolifeproducts.org to order it today. Now, opposite end of the spectrum, okay, the angels are around us and also they're up in heaven with God. But then the opposite of that is hell, another book written by Anthony DeStefano. I'm telling you, this is one of the best books that delves into what hell is all about and gives us an insight of how not to get there, right? In our spiritual life, how do we want to go as far away from hell as possible? The problem is when you think about it, brothers and sisters, we don't hear much about hell from the pulpit or the devil anymore, do we? We know they exist. And Anthony does a very, very good job of showing us what hell is all about and how to get us on the right path to heaven as opposed to hell. So again, go to prolifeproducts.org to order this very insightful book into hell. Besides adult books, Anthony DeStefano writes wonderful, wonderful children's books. He's got written over a dozen of them. But this month, we're going to highlight just two of my favorites. The first is The Seed Who Was Afraid to Be Planted. You know, children sometimes have trouble with being courageous or courage, and especially at a time like this. You know, it's already the beginning of August. Some schools in another week or so are going to start right back into school. And do you know how many children have not been inside a school building in over a year because of the pandemic? They were totally doing lessons from home on Zoom. And then, of course, the little ones are starting maybe pre-K or kindergarten for the first time. Children get very apprehensive and afraid. Well, just like this little seed, they can learn how to gain and muster up that courage so that that first day of school will be more enjoyable. So again, The Seed Who Was Afraid to Be Planted, a wonderful children's book written by Anthony DeStefano, and you can order it by going to prolifeproducts.org. Well, just recently we did hear some of the gospel readings about the Good Shepherd. And this is a cute little book written by Anthony DeStefano called The Sheep That Nobody Could Find. And we all know the scripture story that the shepherd leaves the 99 and goes out for that one little lost sheep. Well, in this book, it's beautifully illustrated. We learn about that one little sheep, that little rascal that went off all by himself, and all the mysterious and sometimes frightening things like a snake and things that that little sheep meets along the way, and how the shepherd ends up finding that lost sheep. So again, the sheep that nobody could find, available at prolifeproducts.org. Cute little book for the children to read this summer. Well, in addition to that, a few more good books for adults we have. We're Not Colorblind, written by evangelists Alveda King and Ginger Howard. And this, Alveda, always says that it's not a question of a black or white. We're one race, one human race, one blood. And in this book, Alveda and Ginger really take on this very timely topic and give us some great insights. So order We're Not Colorblind at prolifeproducts.org. Now, as many of you know, Dr. Teresa Berg and her husband Kevin founded Rachel's Vineyard, which was one of the largest abortion recovery programs all over the world. And it's a program that's right here at Priests for Life. It's part of our ministry. Well, they teamed up with Father Frank Pavone to write this new book called Rivers of Blood, Oceans of Mercy. And it talks about healing a nation that has been deformed and divided by abortion. A great insight of how to bring healing to our nation, because you know what? After 50 plus years of legalized abortion in our nation, practically, there are a lot of people out there hurting, and our nation couldn't be more divided on this topic than we are right now. So again, Rivers of Blood, Oceans of Mercy, you will gain a lot of insight into this topic. Go to our online store at prolifeproducts.org and order it today. And finally, another great way to give a pro-life message is with a t-shirt. And this beautiful t-shirt we're highlighting is designed by Brian Kemper of our Stand True Youth Ministry. And look at the beautiful dove on the front, very peaceful dove. And then the back of the t-shirt, we have this great message, which is social justice begins in the womb. Of course, for those unborn babies. Social justice begins in the womb. This beautiful t-shirt is available in sizes small, medium, large, extra large, and we even have it in double X. It's a great way, if you were to wear this t-shirt with this message, social justice begins in the womb. Think about this, your morning jog, walking along the beach. People see this phrase and it gets them to think, social justice begins in the womb. They're talking about the unborn. Again, these little ways are a great way to heighten people's awareness about the abortion issue, because brothers and sisters, thousands of those little ones, babies, are being destroyed every day from abortion. And it's our job to do something to stand up for those babies. So again, great books for children and adults, and a beautiful t-shirt. So go to prolifeproducts.org and place your order today. Well, I'm Janet Moran, the Executive Director of Priests for Life. I hope you enjoyed our monthly catalog.